To be honest, man, I just saw green grass, and then I saw a couple people like coming at me, so I got scared. So it's like I let my instincts take over. I knew my guys had me, and I just somehow I don't know how I thought I was gonna go down, but I ended up in the end zone. It was like a blink of an eye, and it just took over.
SMU now leads the country in non-offensive touchdowns with 5. What does that say about our team?
That just says that the standard has been risen. Like last year, we took pride in taking the ball away, but this year we knew like we're gonna take the ball away. Now we got to score with it. So we take pride in not just taking the ball, but being the top scoring defense in the league, and that's gonna help us win football games at the end of the day.
How much does club takeaway motivate you to make a turn?
Man, I like going to the club, man. So just having club takeaway, man, that's like it's a dream come true because you see a lot of guys on oh my fault R2D2. You see a lot of guys on other programs. They got like the belt. They got a whole bunch of different celebrations. So that's just our culture right there. So we take pride in celebrating our culture, and that's how you get more commits and more recruits to come join SMU to be a part of that culture.
RJ, what does it mean to you to break that record, and what does it mean to do it against your dad's college rival as well?
Yeah, this is great because there's a lot of great tight ends that have came here before me, and so just being able to be at the top of that list, just it's great. Yeah, and then that's it.
You guys have really found your offensive groove the last couple of games. What's been the key, for you guys to hit on all cylinders?
Just Kevin Jennings, just getting him that confidence, just being there for him. He can just throw the ball up to one of us, and we'll try and make a play.
Kevin have a different look? Do you feel like in his eyes like this game than he had his others? Because he just so locked in. It shows just he looked like he had a different vibe than he had like as opposed to like last game.
It's just practice. Just every day in practice, he gets more confident. And, eventually, just in the games, it's gonna show.
For you personally, what was kind of different today versus the past couple games that haven't been targeting you as much? Was there's different strategy going into today, and how can you kind of continue that going forward?
Oh yeah, just some games, you're just not as involved as much, and you're doing other things, maybe blocking a little bit more, and so it's always good when you can get the ball in your hands.
Before the TCU game, Coach talked about that he wanted to make sure that SMU was the most physical team on the field that game. That the same mindset going into today, or did it change?
That's always the mindset, just being a more physical team. It just starts in the trenches with the O line and D line on both sides, offense and defense. That's what wins you the game.
RJ, describe those both your touchdown receptions because they felt like they were grown man touchdown receptions. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it's just one on one, and who's a better player. That's really it.
For both of y'all, if you're going into a month of away games, what's the feeling with the team
We love away games. We love walking into a stadium, just being on your back against the wall, and it's just you and your boys. You just got to go win.
And then we also know like it's gonna be tough. At the end of the day, like away is never a good thing. We got people heckling us, you know what I'm saying? But like at the end of the day, like we have to focus on us every single time. So we take pride in that going into away, and Coach Lashley and all the coaches prepare us for that in practice all week.
And on the flip side, for both of you guys, were there moments throughout the game today where you were able to take in this atmosphere?
Man, the stadium post man was rocking. I ain't gonna lie. So like I could barely hear in the mic, but like it kind of helps the adrenaline pump up. So that really helped us. We're glad we had our fans at the end of the day because we know like it messed up their snap count. They had a clap cadence, and at the end of the day, the fans really did help us at the end of that game.
Yeah, and on that, like to see from 2 years ago when I first got on campus here, to see the stands, there's not too many people in there, and to see how the atmosphere was tonight, it's amazing. Yeah.
You guys have waited a little over a year to play this game. Just what was the feeling kind of going into it to finally play that first ACC game?
Yeah, we wanted that. That's why we're here, playing the ACC, and we belong.
We feel like we can compete with anybody. So it's not Florida State did a great job. They were physical up front, but we knew what it was going to take at the end of the day to win this game. And we're not only trying to show that we belong, but like we're here to compete with everybody. Not just the ACC, but we also want to make it to the college football playoff at the end of the day. So like that's our end goal, and that's what we're going to show.
When you guys got out on film, Florida State is a big team. Coach was talking about how big and physically imposing they are. How did you guys, obviously you reacted okay to it, but is there any, filling out process when you face a team that you haven't seen look like that before?
At the end of the day, everybody's gonna be big. So it's like it's gonna be you versus you at the end of the day. So we try not to look at size and speed and all of that because it's 11 versus 11, not 1 versus 11 or 1 versus 1. But like, yeah, you can be big all you want, but at the end of the day, we in the trenches. Like, you got to win that battle inside, not the physical, not the look battle, but like the mental. It's a whole bunch of battles within that game. So
Kobe, you and the defense, you had the takeaways, you held them to less than 2.9 yards per carry, 12 of 34 passing. What part of your defensive performance impressed you the most?
just being on the same page as everybody. We emulated all practice all week, like being communicative, like extra communication is gonna help us in the long run, basically. So we try not to stress like giving up our calls, giving up our signals, but we want to talk all around. So I feel like I was communicating very well to not just my D line, but the safeties, and we're all on the same page. And once all 11 guys are on the same page, we all play as one and we all move as one.
And Cody, when Jonathan McGill got the interception, he went and handed the ball to his parents. Did he tell y'all he was going to do that before the game, or was that a spur of the moment?
Nah, that's all. That is not planned. That's all off adrenaline. Like I didn't know what to do with the ball when I scored, so none of that stuff is planned.
When you scored, though, do you feel like that was the exclamation point? Like, that's it, we got this one, like, fully in hand, or what was it like for you when you actually, got across Vader?
We definitely felt the momentum change, and we felt like it was the nail in the coffin. But we knew like there's still a lot of time left. We got to finish this game, and if we get complacent, like we as a defense, we don't want them to score or get nothing. So like we couldn't let down after that.
Does a result like this give you guys any sort of validation about what you've been doing to this point, or are you guys really just focused on the rest of the season?
We're just focused on we're gonna celebrate this game. Then tomorrow we're gonna focus on Louisville. Yeah, just get ready.
I mean, a statement to the ACC, honestly. We was underdogs coming in. Nobody believed in us, and I mean, we came in and showed what we can do.
Hey, Kevin. So BYU went from 5 field goals to the last 2 weeks scoring over 100 points.
Right.
What's changed with you guys in the offense?
Honestly, just the confidence in our offense. Everybody going out there believing in themselves, and we're playing with a different swagger than we did against BYU. So I mean, it's gonna keep that up and continue to score points like that.
Kevin, talk about your individual performance, not just throwing the ball, where it was just your best performance of the season there. You threw 3 touchdowns, and you just looked as crisp as ever. Talk to me.
I mean, the guys around me, they're there to help me out. I mean, they balled out, and I put the ball in there. When I put the ball in the facility, they come down with the catch, and I mean, that helped big time for me. So, my O-line, to the running backs, to the tight ends, receivers, they balled out today, and they helped me out very much.
How important is that first drive for you? I know you kind of focus on getting some of those shorter games, just seeing the chains move. How important is that, and how you kind of prepare and make sure that the script of that's awesome?
Yeah, it was very important, our main objective was to come in and put points on the board in the first drive, and we'll go from there. And I mean, that's what we did, so, yeah.
Does that kind of thing make you more comfortable for the rest of the
Yeah, most definitely. It gave us a confidence to come in and know what we can do, and we can move the ball easily against them. And, yeah, it gave us a lot of boost.
How important was it to get RJ involved? You have been too much of a receiving
Yeah.
factor these past couple games, and how do you carry that?
I mean, we know RJ a dog. We come in. We know teams are really game planning for him. So I mean, it felt very good to give him the ball and give him 2 touchdowns today. And I mean, it's my former roommate, so I had to look out for him and give him some catches.
Were you in the locker room when Eric Dickerson?
Yes, sir, I was. Yeah.
What was that like?
I mean, it was great to see a former legend come back in. Give us a little talk. And I mean, it was great. And they told me after the game he was up there crying in the box. So I'm excited to continue that legacy.
Does it mean something differently to the team to deliver that type of moment for a lot of people around here?
Yeah, most definitely. It means a lot to come in, get a dub against any team. But for the ACC and it's a home game, packed stadium, it means a lot for the city of Dallas.
I know we ask you about Rashard a lot.
Mhm.
He keeps putting performances.
Yeah,
It's
facts.
hard not to. What was he doing back there, and how much confidence does he give you when he's able to take 17 carries and do it?
Yeah, I mean, Bashard's a dog. We get the ball in his hand. We know the play's going to happen no matter what it is, no matter if he's stuffed in the backfield, he's going to make a play happen. And like you said, in different varieties. We motioned out the receiver. He ran a stutter go, threw the ball in his way. He mossed the dude, went over his head, and caught a pass still. So he can do everything no matter what it is.
What went through your head when he went to the locker room for medical attention?
Yeah, I actually didn't know. I knew he was hurt a little bit, but I didn't actually know he went to the locker room. So, I mean, I really didn't, I didn't know.
As an ran for over 200 yards. You personally passed for over 250.
Mhm.
How important is that for you guys to be able to balance the pass and the run so well?
Yeah, I mean, it shows different teams like a different look. You know, we can run the ball, we can pass the ball, so they don't know what to prepare for real. So, I mean, if they load the box, we're gonna throw it over their head. If they spread it out, we're gonna run the ball down their neck. So, yeah.
And you talked about the preparation this week, like going on after, that
Mhm.
big emotional, win against TC last week and just looking to some Christmas.
Right. So, I mean, it was the same game plan, honestly. You know, be the most physical team, be the most excited team to play, and go out there and hand it to them. I mean, I think that's what we did. We ran the ball very good. We threw the ball very good. So the preparation was very good at practice all week.
Were you able to take in the atmosphere tonight?
Yeah, I mean, looking around, just seeing the packed stadium was amazing, and I'm excited. I hope they keep doing it and we keep getting the same results. So yeah.
In your last 5 starts, you won a state championship, a conference championship, the Iron Skillet, and then now this game for state. What is it about you to get games?
It's a blessing to the Most Highest. He got my back no matter what it is, and when the big games come on, I think that's when I play the best and I get to show out. So I love the big games. Every time the games come around, I mean that's when I'm at my best.
How many texts tonight?
It's blowing up right now. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot still.
Is it going off every second, every few seconds beat?
Yeah, I had to keep looking down. I got calls, texts, all of that. So yeah.
What is it just, it's been almost 13 months since the announcement came. You finally get to play in this game and come out with that big win. Just what does that mean for this group that's been building towards this?
Yeah, I mean, this was the game that was circled on our schedule when the schedule released. The FSU, the former champions of the ACC, so we was looking forward to that game. And I mean, we was hoping to come in and put the performance up we did, and that's what we did. We came out, and yeah.
Wow, awesome. Phil just told the team I'm in awe of them. I thought last week we set a standard for how we can play, and we have to try to play to that standard, and I thought maybe they exceeded that tonight. It was a really good team win against the defending champs who have a lot of really good players and are really well coached. And, whether it's the offense being balanced, running for over 200 yards and throwing for over 250 and not turning the ball over, and the defense, I don't know what to say about our defense. They keep not only forcing. Kobe Wilson's touchdown run may be the best defensive play I've ever seen, the whole play. He was supposed to be tackled or even fumbled from behind 4 different times and somehow scored. It was incredible. And guys just keep responding. That's what we wanted to do. We wanted to play physical again, and we wanted to just keep responding, and they did that. And so, it only counts as one, but we're real fortunate and thankful to be 1-0 in our first ACC game, and we got 7 more to go.
You mentioned the offense being more balanced. What did Kevin just do tonight that we maybe haven't seen from him in the past, and what was it that led to more of an emphasis on the pass game tonight?
I mean, last week it wasn't that we didn't want to throw the ball. It's just the way the game went, right? It was weird. I mean, we still only threw it. What did we throw it 23 times this week? We're going to have to throw the ball, and we love to throw the ball. But I thought Kevin showed who Kevin is. I mean, he played really well. He made a lot of big throws. I think the first one he made on third down early in the game, where he scrambled to his right and hit Jake Bailey, that ended up, I think, helping us score our first touchdown. I thought that was a big play, because we don't punt the ball to them. We were able to score on our opening drive. First time we've been able to do that this year. It was big, and we wanted to get to a fast start. But, later he hits Jake Bailey on a big 3rd and long. The touchdown throws to RJ were incredible. Some of the throws he made, he did a really nice job down the field of giving guys chances to make plays for him. And then obviously he could run the football. I mean, he played like we think he should play, and he valued the football. And so when he continues to grow, and you could tell he felt like the game was slowing down to him tonight. I mean, that's a fast defense, and he looked fast, but he looked under control. And so hopefully this gives him a boost, and I think he'll just get better and better from here, hopefully.
How important is that first drive for the offense, getting Kevin comfortable, getting the offense?
First drives, obviously you want to score, but I think starting fast is important. Even if you don't score, you want to move the ball and have some rhythm. So it's important in general. It was really important tonight. We wanted to start fast against them just because we had been playing well. They'd been struggling. You don't want to give them a lot of momentum early. And so I think it was pretty important. really. I think it always helps settle down everybody's nerves, and if you have any of that just human element of doubt in the back of your mind, it kind of helps subside that. So.
Coach, obviously a very emotional day for a lot of SMU fans and alumni. Going back to the prior conference, how are you able to keep, for the second week in a row, your team passionate instead of emotional?
It's tough. Credit to them. Credit to our coaches. You know, I mean, you can have an idea or a plan, but someone's got to go execute it. And our coaches do an awesome job in each one of their individual rooms and on each side of the ball of just coaching our guys. And, you know, we talked about this week, it wasn't that we knew who we were playing. We just talked about let's play to our standard to where we can look in the mirror and feel like, okay, we did our best. We did what we're capable of. And if that's not good enough, then fine. We think it will be. And to your point, like they don't play emotion. They play with a lot of passion. I mean, they play with a lot of joy and love. I mean, I looked at our D-line when they had 3rd and goal to 3 and then 4th and goal to 2, and they're just out there just getting the crowd up, goofing around, whatever. I'm like, I'm a little more serious right now than you guys are, but they do. They have fun playing together, and you know, it's a great quality that I'm hoping is becoming a fabric of this team because we're going to need it. I mean, we're about to go on the road, and going on the road in a conference like this is totally different, and it's just a new set of challenges. The pressure?
Yeah, for you tonight in this game.
I don't know. I didn't think about it. You know, I mean, I wanted to win. You know, it's an opportunity. I mean, this is a big moment for SMU, and people have talked about it a lot. We've been talking for 10 or 11 months, so I'm glad we can maybe move on from some of that. But it's all been good. It's you know, Eric Dickerson was in the locker room after the game and talked to the team, and he talked about, man, we've been waiting for this for 30 years. He's like, this is how we used to play, and you made us proud, those kind of things. But you know, it's hard to put into words in a short answer of all the things that this means to just the SMU family and anyone who's connected to the university, past, present, or will be. But it was a big moment. We're back on the stage. We're playing an ACC game against a national brand, the defending champs. And it's just really humbling to be able to validate that we belong and to come through when we needed to tonight. Again, it only counts as one, but we're going to enjoy it till tomorrow.
Coach, were you able to take in any of the pageantry, you know, the pregame with, you know, with Eric Dickerson as well as, like, you know, President Bush, you know, with the coin toss? Were you just so lasered in on the game?
Yeah, you don't get to enjoy it in the moment as much. I did get to see President Bush out there, which is always cool, and have so much respect for him. But no, I didn't get all caught up in all that or get to enjoy it either. But it's worth it to get to enjoy that locker room I just got to enjoy. So.
RJ talked about at the end the difference 2 years ago when he came in the environment in the stadium. Talk about the fans.
Guys, they can feel it. And our fans have answered the call this year, our student section. Like when they were trying to score before half, it was 14-7 inside the 5-yard line. It was loud. You know, it was loud, like a big-time college football stadium is supposed to be loud when you're at home and make it tough on the opponent. Our guys feel that. They love that. We love that they're there when the game starts, like from the students to the fans to the people in the boxes we can't see. It makes a difference. Now, what we have to learn, and we'll be honest to grow to, is we have to stay till the end of the game. And we beat the dog out of TCU last week, and we just beat Florida State. It should be packed at the end of the game, celebrating, going crazy. So that's the next step, I think, for us as a family, a fan base, a team. But they make a big difference, and our players feel that, and we can't thank them enough. I know you had one back there. Can you? I don't hear well. Yeah, we snapped it over his head by it looked like 4 or 5 yards. You know, and I was mad at first because they told me they hit our deep snapper, which you're not allowed to do, but they didn't. So, you know, I mean, look, Will's been awesome. That's what we told him at halftime. You know, we got beat on the left side on the field goal between our left wing and our left tight end. That can't happen. And then we had the bad snap, and then we had the fumble snap. So, you know, we had some critical errors in our teams. I thought we covered kicks well. Their kicker's so good, we knew we weren't going to get to return any. Roderick's usually really reliable. You could tell he was struggling a little bit tonight. But we told him at halftime, man, you guys have snapped a ton of punts. We've kicked extra points and field goals forever. Just go out and do what you know what to do. Don't forget that. It happened. But it wasn't good when it happened, you know. And I was probably a little conservative backed up. I was trying to get to the half. We weren't able to run it at the level we wanted to. They did have 2 timeouts. And Shoot, we may have saved a point because their kicker could have made it from anything inside the 50. So
You mentioned going on the road. How do you guys feel going into your first away game in the conference?
it's a great question. I have no idea yet. I'll be honest with you. I'll let you know tomorrow after I wake up. I mean, I've been to Louisville. It's a great setting. It's a great crowd. They are incredibly well coached. They're as well coached as anybody in our league. Have a ton of respect for how they do things. And tomorrow I'll go to church and eat lunch, and then I'll start to worry about that. It's a fair question.
Last week you talked about Rashawn last week, but just knowing that you have a weapon on at any point in time, he gets the ball and there's a chance he's going to for you as a coach, how great is that to happen?
Oh, it's huge. And you see the versatility he has. I mean, he can run in between the tackles. He can run outside. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. You know, we flexed him out thinking we'd get the matchup on the linebacker. But because we had already, we scored a touchdown on RJ, got him matched up on a linebacker, and did a few other things throughout the game, they said no more of that. So the safety went out and covered him. He was like 10 yards off. We ran a double move, thinking we were going to match him up on a backer. It was a safety, and it didn't matter. Now, Kevin made a great throw, and he made a great catch. I mean, but that's a big-time catch, and that's a running back. You see some of the catches he makes that are high. It's a weapon for us. It's a weapon for our run game because our O-line's blocking really well, but to be a good running team, your running backs have to get one. They have to make somebody miss. You can only block it so well, and if you only get what it's blocked for, you're always just going to be okay, no matter how good your O-line is. And so he's allowed us to be explosive in the run game, which is going to continue to allow our offense to be explosive. So he's definitely a weapon. And I can't say enough about Roderick Daniels. Guys, he's a receiver that went and played running back, carried it 15 times against Florida State tonight. I mean, he's just a winner.
Rashard is making an impact from the jump, but have you seen him grow? I mean, obviously some of him's not been playing running.
Yeah.
Much of his career, have you seen him grow in these first games?
I have seen him grow. He's grown in pass protection. He's grown in the overall grasping of it. Some guys, God gave the ability to, when you hand them a football, they know how to run with it. That guy knows how to run with it. So hand it to him.
Your defense got you 3 interceptions, held them to less than 3 yards a carry. Florida State completed barely a third of its passes. What did you like best about your defensive performance tonight?
Everything. It was dominant. That was a dominant defensive performance. To your point, they ran 60 plays, under 300 yards. They were 12 of 34. So they threw us 1/4 as many as they completed to themselves. And, 75 yards, that's 2 weeks in a row. Like, it just shows and that's what we've been preaching. Like, we have to run the ball and stop the run to be able to compete at this level. And I think our defensive staff, Scott Simons and that staff deserve so much credit for the consistency and the confidence our guys are playing with. And they're not just stopping the run and getting off. They're scoring points, and they're setting up the offense. And so, this is what we had hoped for and envisioned at SMU to win a championship or to get to this. We have to be able to play offense and defense. And so they're playing with a lot of confidence right now, and I'm not going to tell them they shouldn't be.
What big game characteristics does Kevin have, and what do you see out of the best quarterbacks?
I think one of his biggest big game characteristics is I don't think he knows it's a big game. I don't know. You'd have to ask Coach Todd at SOC about the state title game, but Tulane and even the bowl game in the rain, and then these last 2 games. He just goes out and plays, and I think he has a great quality that a lot of great players. He doesn't take himself too seriously. A lot of times people do, and I don't know how you teach that, but he just doesn't. He's in the moment. He trusts his teammates. He loves the game. He has fun. He has a short memory, so he's able to go on to the next play, and so hopefully it'll help him continue to grow.
The program as a whole, how high does this win measure up?
I don't know if I can speak for the whole program because I'm only on year 3, but this has to be one of the bigger moments for our program, right? Look, last week was great as a rivalry game. This is different. We beat a national brand, the defending champs in our first ever ACC game to just at least validate we belong. Now, again, it's not going to score us 1 point or gain us 1 yard next week or the next week or the next week. And there's a lot of good teams in this league. So we've got our work cut out for us. But I do think it validates that we feel like we can add value to this league. But just for so many people that have been SMU fans from all the way for 40, 50 years and gone through the last 40-year journey, I think it's probably a lot of validation for them And that, like Eric said in the locker room, we're proud of you guys. We want to have a program that the SMU family's proud of. And we're not going to win every game, but we sure want to make our fan base and our alumni proud by how we play and what we do. And so I think for those reasons, this is a big game. It's a big moment. And we'll look back at the end of the year or whenever and probably realize it. Right now, we don't have a lot of time to reflect, but I do think it's a big deal, yeah.
Coach, on that ball that Jonathan McGill intercepted, gave to his parents, Florida State took it back because it's their ball. Are y'all going to give McGill's another ball?
So what happened?
The Florida State took it back because it was a Florida State ball that he gave to his parents.
Yeah, I didn't know he gave it to his parents, so that's awesome. Cool. I guess he's trying to do what Isaiah Wacobia did last year. It's probably good we get that they gave it back. I guess that technically would be stealing. So it's called a turnover within the confines of football. It's stealing outside of it. So, yeah, if the McGills need a football, we'll figure that out.
Coach, you touched on it, just, not that often we're a program, it's typically, if they're gonna have like a month stretch, it would be at home, for 4 games, you're going on the road for a month.
6 weeks before we get to be here again. Yeah, I mean, only 3 games sounds a little more dramatic, but yeah, no, I mean, we want to be in this kind of conference and compete. We're about to find out, because we're about to go to one of the best venues in our league to play, and then we're going to go as far west as you can go and as far as east as you can go back to back, and against 3 outstanding coaches. I know 2 of them very well and have a lot of respect for the other, and so, but we're going to enjoy this. I mean, they had not given up over 29 points as a defense in 17 straight games dating back to the beginning of last season, if you don't count the Georgia game. That's a caveat, but their whole team opted out. So all 12 regular season games in Louisville last year and 4 this year, they've not given up over 30 points. They've been playing really good defense. And, and then the stat I was told this week, all the way back to when Utah and TCU went to the Pac-12 and the Big 12 and then the 4 schools last year, those 6 teams were only 1-5 in their first ever game in a conference, and none of them have ever had a winning record in the first year in a conference, winning conference record. So we don't have one yet either, but we've got 1 win, and we're a step in the right direction. So we know the uphill battle we have ahead, and it starts with going on the road to Louisville. And fortunately, we did go to OU last year, so hopefully those kind of moments, went to Maryland the year before, hopefully those kind of venues will help us for that setting.
Coach, any update you can give on Tank Booker and Zone Brinson?
Cannot give you an update on Tank because I haven't gotten one, but he was smiling big when we were breaking that rock in the locker room and dancing around. So whatever's hurt, it's not hurting too bad right now. So I don't know the extent of that. Romello, we knew by about Thursday or Friday we were probably going to have to hold him. He has some bursitis and stuff in his knee that kind of tweaked in the Nevada game. It's been lingering, re-aggravated it on Wednesday's practice. So what we're going to do is probably look at it on Monday. So he's probably still week to week at this point. We don't think it's anything serious, but, it was just kind of bothering him. So I thought, Keyshawn and Moochie and Jay Hud did a really good job in a 3-man rotation out there on the outside. Was there anybody else you asked about? No.
What's recruiting looking like for you guys? I mean, with these 2 big games, you want to strike with the air on top, but also hit dead periods ahead.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, we sold out our ticket allotment for recruits for the first time ever tonight. We had to tell people, sorry, if you walk up, we don't have a ticket for you. That's never happened. There's a lot of really good players here. So, look, I think last week, winning's the best thing you can do for recruiting. We got a lot of momentum behind the program, the conference piece. I think for recruits to be able to come to Ford Stadium, see the Weber End Zone complex, it's impressive, guys, for no matter where you are. And then see the atmosphere in our stadium now and how it changes things, and to see a brand like Florida State across from us, and for how that turned out, I think it's all very, very helpful. But again, you're only as good as your last game, so we got to play well, keep the momentum going. I think I learned that they've got a lot of confidence and belief in themselves, and so sometimes there's a lot of things we got to do as coaches to lead them and guide them. And last week we asked them to be physical, they were physical. This week we asked them to still be physical but respond every play, and they responded. And so it's, as a coach, it's like, how do you just put them in position and get out of the way? Not mess it up. They've got good culture, good continuity. offense, defense, teams together. Winning helps. You know, if you're 4-1, it's a lot easier than if you're 1-4. You know what I mean? So, but that's how you build confidence. You got to accomplish confidence. We've accomplished confidence the last few weeks, and together as a group, they're playing that way with confidence and belief. And so we definitely don't want to throw cold water on that. You know, we want to build on that and help that continue to grow.
Last question.
How important was it to get RJ more involved?
It was really important. You know, we had a bunch of options for him that some they took away. We felt like their length at corner was we weren't scared of them. We had guys make plays, and after being on the field with them, I feel like our guys belong. But we felt like they had length and speed at corner. But between RJ and Jake Bailey and the running backs, we could match up on safeties and linebackers and have some success. We had some other opportunities that didn't come to fruition the way we wanted. Some we didn't call. But, like, you know, I think a great example is the first touchdown to RJ, we went in a 3 tight end, 1 receiver package, which we hardly ever do. Well, they matched personnel. There was one corner on the field covering Jordan Hudson. They put a linebacker on RJ Maryland. It's really good for us. So, you know, those kind of things. But, yeah, to get him going, I think he broke the record tonight, I'm assuming, because he was 1 away and he caught 2. So that's pretty cool, halfway, not even halfway into your 3rd year. But, no, he's a player. He's a playmaker for us, and you know, getting him involved has got to be a big part of what we do. And I think he deserves a lot of credit because, you know, even after the first game, he hadn't caught as many maybe balls as he and we would have wanted, and he's practiced just as harder every week. He's been physical in the run game when we asked him to be. Like, he's been the ultimate team guy, and I think you saw what he can do tonight, and Kevin gave him opportunities.
Who broke the rock, and with as many people who contributed?
A lot of people could. Who do you think broke the rock?
Well, I just got told, but
Kobe Wilson broke the rock. A lot of guys deserve to break the rock, and as I walk in, Grizz always kind of talks to me, and he's like, after I saw that run, guys, that was all I needed to see. But I'll say this, you know, thoughts and prayers are going to stay with the Florida State team. You know, they had to leave a day early, and I know a lot of their families. Fortunately, the university was, I think, pretty safe, and Mike was telling me before the game, I think a lot of their families are in good shape, but not just them, everyone in the Southeast. I know it's been pretty devastating, so I want to continue to think about those people and lift them up in our prayers because it's a lot of more important things in football going on right now, and, you know, they're having to deal with a lot of that. And so thinking about those guys. Appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks, Coach.